start there we go. Okay, so with this workshop, you will be getting a recording and you will also be getting worksheets. So I haven't put all of the worksheet information into today's presentation, but so basically your worksheets will have even more things, and I'll let you know what those things are as we go through the process. Now, I'm pretty sure I have everyone's chart up, but if you see the chat and you have any questions as I'm going through things, you can definitely write it in the chat. And I should have all of your second house placements. But just to see how well you know it off the head, you could write in the chat, what is your second house cusp zodiac sign? What planets do you have there? And that'll be nice as a reference. Okay, so let me share the screen. It's this one. Okay, there we go. All right, let's start from the beginning here. Okay. So feel free to also, you can ask questions and all of that. So, okay, this is the second house of production, astrology in action workshop. Now, the idea of the second house of production is to help you understand and get to know your second house from a more manifestation point of view. Okay. So the word production is the creation of goods that are ready to use. Now, when you think of production, hold on. When you think of production, my presentation is not working. Okay. All right. So when you think of production, you can either create your own production, you can create your own thing, or you can invest in that production. And this is all happening within the second house. It's considered a house of income spending, right? But it's also your raw materials. And it's also connected to the home life. In ancient astrology, they'd say the early home life, but it has to do with your first production is your seeds, because production requires material, is your seeds, and you're planting your seeds. So that's your first production. Okay. And so when you put this in a way of looking at it for making your own income, you're thinking of what you already have, what talents, what skills that you have to make things. But you can also think of, other people's things or other things that are also already made. You can also think of service or like your own profession, like whatever your service is something that can be balled up into what is called a product. So while I get this together, let me ask if everyone would like to introduce themselves. And we're going to go through the zodiac signs, but first I just want to get an idea of what you want to do with your second house and understanding. Are you basically, I'm trying to find out if you're where you are with how you feel about a job, how you feel about making your own money, and what ideas do you see, like what do you see your life as when you're making money and what that looks like for you? Like what's your vision for that? So if anyone wants to start, it does have to be long, and just introduce yourselves. And let me figure out what's going on with my screen.
Yeah, I can start.
Okay, perfect.
So, my second house, it's tricky because sometimes it's Scorpio there, sometimes it's Libra.
Hmm.
So I guess
And
we'll figure that out today.
this is
As far
Genesis?
as it is.
Okay, okay, great.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say my name. This is Genesis.
Okay, great.
Um, how your question was how do I envision making money or what does that look like for me?
Yeah.
I feel like making money should involve doing something that you love. I feel like that's important. Money will come to you um better or faster, or you may not even notice the money necessarily when you are doing something that you are immersed in.
Awesome. And are you in a place right now with where you're happy with how you're doing it? What's your intentions in understanding your second house and applying it to life?
Kinda, sorta. I definitely want more understanding as far as how I apply my second house because I have Pluto there. So, I feel like that's gonna be important for me as far as especially with the meaning of Pluto and everything.
Okay, so you're here to really understand Pluto.
Right.
Okay. Okay, great. Um, if I know not everyone might want to share, but if anyone else wants to talk, and introduce yourselves and hey,
Hey,
perfect. There we go.
trying to get in here real quick.
Okay, take your time. Okay, all right, guys. So we'll keep going. Let me get the screen back on. So thank you so much for being here, for being a part of this journey and unlocking your second house.
All there.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, if you're not ready yet, I'll share.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, oh, um, this is Rich, and so my second house starts with Sag. I know I'm a cupper, so it's kind of confusing, I think. But I'm looking to capitalize on my talent and what I'm really good at. So and what comes natural to me. So that's what I would like to do.
Okay.
Get my side business going, and that involves. I don't know how far I should go into that, but so that's where I am right now. I kind of restarted my career path, to be honest, with like the whole COVID situation. So I was doing something that I absolutely loved, but it was overtaking my life. And now I want to do something else. So that's where I am right now. So understanding how to build it all together and capitalize on it, connect the dots, I guess.
Awesome. Great. That's great. And just make sure if someone else wanted to speak. I hope I didn't interrupt anyone.
I
Hello.
guess I can share. Hi, I'm Bonita, and I have a second house Aries, but I don't technically have planets there, but the ruler is Mars, and Mars, I have Mars in Leo sixth house, as well as my sun, my moon, and my Mercury.
Okay.
So, I kind of have a lot going on. So I feel like it is really important for me to kind of know how to navigate that just because I have my sun and all these other planets there. And it is a good time for me because I would like to know exactly where like life is leading as far as like finances and money and how I can, branch my passion into actual cash.
Yes. Perfect.
I totally agree with what you're saying there. All of that. That's what I would like to do too.
Great. You guys all are what I would say qualified for this workshop because I'm taking people who are fed up from being in something that they don't like or fearful of the future and finding fulfilled work. And if anyone has seen my posts on the sixth house, it does play a role in this. And this is a big part of what I call my agriculture. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. So now you can see that the screen is up and it should be working better now. And we start off with production. So we're just going to start again. The production is the creation of goods that are ready to use. The second house being connected to Taurus, materials, the things that we have and own. They are connected to your second house. The second house is your income, how you plant your seeds in a metaphorical way, but also in reality, it's connected to the house of planting your seeds because those are one of the main materials from the basic way of living that people need to survive, right? Is to plant seeds and create crops to feed themselves. So the second house is also connected to our inner home. It's in ancient astrology, it's connected to a home. The fourth house is home as well, it's shelter. But the second house has like a home life, early home life experience twang to it that is from ancient astrology. So it's a very deep house, and it's deeply about the material world and how manifestation from your spiritual essence will give you better material, better crops, all of these things. Production, creation from, here I have creation from materials owned or buying, investing into materials. So it's either materials that you own, skills, talents also are incorporated here. And also think of like your things that become your profession, services that you can provide. All of these things could be considered production. And think of like when somebody's putting on like a stage show or something like that, sometimes they're investing into that show. And so it's like a investment into production, which is all a part of what is considered production. So all of these things apply to the second house, okay? And this is why it's such an exciting house because it's very simple, but it's the most important thing in understanding how money fits in. And so I have a video that I sent in the email that is like the story of money. This is my way of describing the story of money. And it's a perfect complement to this workshop. So always remember that your second house is where you're planting seeds at home. Materials for creation of goods, and they're ready to be used. So it needs a process here of being planted and being ready. So now we're going to translate this into manifestation, okay? So the second house is what? Production or your seeds. The sixth house, and now the second, sixth, and 10th house, let me not rush this. The second, sixth, and 10th house are all interconnected when it comes to the flow of money. Okay, and so now the second house is seeds. The sixth house is farming, or you can say art and science of cultivating the soil, right? Which would also mean watering, checking for the time of when the sun is out, knowing the right time to tend to things, to harvest things. This is all the sixth house. The 10th house is the entirety of it all, the system of it all, of crops and livestock production, the entire system. So this is a second house workshop, but you could see how we could go deep into these other two, the sixth and the seventh, the sixth and the 10th house, and be able to create almost your entire manifestation plan of making money through your natal chart, right? So astrology is a tool. That's what I like to see it as here. And it's very different than predictive astrology, right? This is like really like grassroots astrology, what the farmers would do to look at the moon, these kinds of ideas. So it's a tool. You could do this whole thing without your astrology, or you could use it and color it a little bit. Okay, so that's the mentality that I have with approaching this. Okay. Now we're going to translate all of that into more simple terms for manifestation. Your second house is your products. Your sixth house is your clerical work or accountability or accounting. And your 10th house is your agriculture or your agriculture. Okay. So I'm just so excited. I love this formula because it makes so much sense. And I'm excited to share this with you guys. I am going to be sharing my personal story. I feel like I would love for you guys to crack through and share yours. So if you want to, if you have anything you want to say, just make sure you write in the chat and I'll be looking at the chat. Let me make sure I'm looking at it. Okay, so, but you'll be hearing me share my story through this for examples and stuff. Okay, so this is the actual formula in understanding how to translate, making your chart have this system of money. And this is why the video also will explain jobs and employment. And basically the video kind of explains how I see that we prioritize that, but it's actually a part of this system. And when you understand this system, you truly understand the flow of money. You know, you understand the financial aspects of the chart. And the financial aspects of the chart are connected to the root chakra, they're connected to security, and it will stabilize you as well. Okay, so it's a true manifestation plan. It's like a beautiful science. Okay, so now we're gonna go through the houses and we're gonna talk about the zodiac signs. I mainly, you know, I have all of them, all zodiacs in the worksheets. For the workshop, I would like to just go through who is here and your charts. And so we'll be actually doing this together. So definitely use the chat and throw me some ideas as I brainstorm this with you. So you can actually see the art and the science of the astrology and how it comes together. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 charts in front of me, so I'm pretty sure I've got everyone's chart. Some people are going to be just watching the recording, so they're not everyone's here. When you say agriculture, can you give an example of what that means? Exactly, say Virgo is the characteristic of Virgo for culture. Yes. So what we're gonna do is get to the 10th house and I'll explain agriculture. It will be a huge pivotal point. But what I'm gonna refrain from doing is going deep into the zodiac for the 10th house and the 6th house because I mainly want this to be a second house conversation. But I know it gets very exciting when you see the whole system and you're ready to dissect the whole thing. Okay, thank you for writing your questions. It's so cool. Okay. And okay, so let's go through the charts because we can also talk about planets, but we're keeping it so simple and we can just talk about the zodiac. Okay, so the first person here is Aquarius. I believe I had a Aries cusp. Yes, I do have an Aries cusp. I think Bonita's an Aries cusp. Aisha is an Aries cusp. Yep, we have him in here. Yeah, Aisha's Aries. Bonita's Aries. The Aries are in the house. Okay, so that's perfect because I made Aries already beforehand. So a second house product for Aries. Fitness. Anything of the fitness industry. Now remember, you can see products in various ways. Actual items. So you could do fitness items like literally you're selling weights or equipment, right? But fitness could also be you're a dance instructor. I mean, that would also go with some other ones. Fitness can be yoga. It could be all of these possibilities. So it's also the service or the skill that you have, your raw materials that is in your second house. Face model, Aries rules over the face. So all of them can, a lot of them can have models based off of body parts, but Aries and Libra are both the two zodiac signs that tend towards modeling. So Aries is face or body, physique, fitness modeling could be a big thing here. And I got this idea from studying George Clooney's chart, because even though he's an actor, he's kind of like a guy that is on all of the like he's everywhere. So he's like, excuse me, they're using his face. Yes, health coach. Thank you, Aisha. This is good. Absolutely. Health coach. And you could get even more specific with that. This could also be somebody who oh yeah, you could train at the gym. I was thinking of something else and I can't think of it. It's somebody who helps you get better, heal through physical fitness. I don't know why I can't think of it right now. But yes, a health coach. But Aries can also be life coach. It can absolutely be a life coach. Another sign that could be life coach is Sagittarius. Yes, a fitness trainer. You could sell fitness products, dance instructor. You could be a dance instructor. You could open up your own fitness studio. I mean, especially if you have Aries and maybe you're having a Saturn transit, something that's more I guess, industrial. Health retreat. Yep. Aries and Virgo, both are very much so that. Excuse me, guys. Now, Aries also rules over sharp things. So it also would work well to be in the medical field, in the areas of surgery tools, or medical supplies. Also cutlery, and Aries rules over the parts of the kitchen, right? So it's really connected to the kitchen. So it's cutlery, it's knives and anything like that. Those are very Aryan things. Health and food drink could absolutely be here. You could sell powders, you could create your own juice, and depending on how you're doing it, thinking about Aries energy. But I also think of food and drink, I got stuck thinking food and drink could be also like Cancer, but anything that has to do with keeping the body fit, protein, fitness, like the protein. I just think of protein because of the muscle and Aries ruling over the muscles. And again, medical field because it's blood. Juice bar, health store, yep. That would fit with Aries or Virgo, but definitely Aries more because it's more action based, and think of Aries being more action based too. So that's Aries, you guys. That's an example of how you would do this. I have more in the worksheets that I'll be providing. Yes. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for all of these great ideas. Yeah, Mars is a little scary. Mars is the god of war. Aries is connected to negative imprints. Let's say it like that. So in our differences, in our oppositions, is Aries. It's offensive. It's on the offense, you know, like the offensive team, but also offensive language, offensive actions. Like just it has that energy. So it's also very motivated in the second house, you know, and looking at it this way. And think about initiating, think about being a pioneer, thinking about doing things that other people haven't tried before, being more daring, right? And taking risks. So that's Aries. Okay. Okay, so let's do we've got Libra in the building. We had 2 Aries, so we spent a good amount of time on Aries. I see a lot of Scorpios here. Scorpio cusps. I see 1 Libra. Okay. Oops, sorry. So let's do Libra. Fashion model, where Aries is a fitness model or physique model, Libra is with clothes on, right? Which also makes Libra clothing in general, clothing products as well. So the sewing industry, man, you know, I feel like cloths, but it's also more outfits. I feel like Taurus also is more cloths. I'm thinking that I should actually change that. Because Libra is more outfits. Fashion. So it's Libra is air sign, so it's more ideas, fashion ideas. This is the whole fashion industry right here. But we also have products. So you can have everything from stylish, right? Hats, tops, bottoms, coats, right? That's Libra. Okay, ideas, because it's air sign as well. And Libra also is a relationship energy. So it's anything that is love and relationships related. And this could be, what do you call it? Like the dating, like somebody who arranges people to date. A stylist, yes, absolutely. An actual stylist. Matchmaker, that's it. A matchmaker. So much fun when it's with people. Okay, that's it, a matchmaker. Also a relationship counsel and any other counsel in general. All right, because it's the 7th house. Excuse me. Okay, and counsel and counsel, because it's one-on-one. So dealing with relationship counseling, mediator, yes. Yep. So these are 2nd house Libra products. And I have more with Libra, but I can't think of them. There we go. So that's Libra. That's the core of it though. Fashions, outfits, ideas, love and relationships, keeping people together, Sometimes helping people separate, so it can't be divorced, like divorce lawyer, but that could also be Scorpio. So but we'll do Scorpio next. Absolutely self-help. Yep. Or like the lady Shira, like relationship advisor, influencer type of idea. Influencer for sure. Influencer. Makeup artist. That could also be Taurus. That could also be Taurus, but that's definitely Libra stuff too. Yep. Boutiques. It's so much fun, right? I love this is why you see me post all the time because it's so much fun when you see it in real life. Yeah, hairstylist, absolutely. I'm trying to on TikTok with my work do the Venus blueprint and like give fashion advice and I'm getting so much backlash. It's so much fun. But that's it, like a fashion advisor, hairstylist. That's Libra. So the products with Libra, right, are here to help people be Venusian in life, and people highly value this. This is really connected to love and relationships, so it has a lot of heart chakra in it, but it's also very creative, so it's got a lot of sacral in it. Solar plexus for sure. Like Libra is really such a great position in the second house, being that the second house is naturally ruled by Taurus. And thinking of Aries, Aries is about inspiring, inspiring people, facing risks. And Libra is the opposite, which is harmony, bringing people in harmony. And you see that people need to basically, they have to have both. People need to know, oh, I just got this idea with Aries. My mind is moving a minute, moving so fast. Martial arts is huge here. It's huge here for Aries. And I want to keep a note on that when I go back to the worksheets. Okay, let's do Scorpio. So we have, I think we had a couple of people who had Scorpio. Yeah, Virgo, should have done Virgo. Okay, yeah, we have two people who had Scorpio, so good. Covering grounds here. Scorpio is an experience. But Scorpio is also basically anything that has to do with the end of life in the industry. It can also be, what about crystal or candle store? For Libra, yeah. Decorations, yes. Absolutely. Anything that's decorative. Like those, like it's not a 99-cent store, but it's a little bit better. They have nice mirrors, candles, statues, like those types of things. Okay, going into Scorpio. Scorpio is like the end of life, right? So we're dealing with one of the most very, very rich, it's very, very expensive, rich industry. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so funerals and births. Okay. This industry is everything from like, this is also a medical field because this is Mars. It's still Mars. So it's still medical. Nurses. Nurses are also Virgonian in nature and Piscean in nature. So nurses you could find in various aspects. What are funeral jobs? Director, embalmer. Fun, right? Sorry, Scorpios, we have to go there. Don't worry, it gets better. Okay. Absolutely, financial coach. Yes, coming through. Especially shared finances and Scorpio. Scorpio and Leo or Libra are both divorced. I feel like some astrologers would say Scorpio, some would say Libra. So, so divorce, financial advising, and specifically investing advisor. Yep. Transformation. Anything that has to do with a transformation. It helps a lot when we talk about agriculture, the power of Scorpio. Psychiatrist, that's right. Most definitely. And I want you to think, like when you're really doing this, there's this is just the first step. So there's so many other things like your sixth house, your 10th house, your moon. What is it you want to do? So like I'm a moon in Gemini. If I had a Scorpio second house, I would be marketing or like social media in some of these things. So you could have a psychology YouTube channel, right? You could have things like that. Yes, sex toys. Well, look at you guys. I don't even think I had this one. Of course. Insurance, absolutely. Anything insurance. Startup company, yeah. Startup company, I think of it as like more fifth house. And if you have planets in your fifth house, you'll probably also be startup company. But anything that has to do with refurbishing, flipping houses, like I'm pausing because the ideas they just yep, anything occult, anything like that. Yep. And it secures you to work in this field and work with whatever zodiac you have in the second house. It's securing you and it's making you feel more secure in yourself. So it starts to all make sense. Now, the occult is also astrology, tarot, right? And so these could be those kinds of products that are looking at more crystals, oracle decks, tarot decks. Like you could sell these things, right? So you want to think things, you want materials, you want to think services. So like, yeah, you have your readings, like all of that could be Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio is giving a transformation and it goes very deep. It has a lot of secrecy with it. Yep. So allow your creativity and your imagination to go there with your placements, right? The formula is actually very simple. And now you just expand on that very theme and think about what would light you up, what would feel good on you, what would be comfortable for you. What could you do right now? You know, these are ideas for you to think about. Okay, let's do, oh, we did Libra, we did Scorpio, we did Aries. Okay, we've covered ground. So that's good. Aquarius. Is LaDonna in the building? Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Does anyone, just let me know. Let's see. Okay, Aquarius. Okay, now I posted about a little bit about Aquarius. We have anything networking, okay, which also brings you into the internet. This could be an event planner, a lifestyle coach, okay, because Aquarius rules over groups. So anything that has to do with parties, right? And Aquarius in the 11th house is also connected to, you know, these groups, that these cultures, they have a lifestyle, they have a day in the life kind of idea going on there. That's why they're also, this is also the vlog space. Yep, I'll do Sag as well, for sure. I want to get everyone who's in here. Life coaches are here as well. Anything that simulates a convention, and you think that, and the 9th house is orators, but like the convention is the 11th house, right? So Aquarius is like anything that's conventions. 9th and Aquarius and Sagittarius could sometimes mix me up because they make sextiles to each other. So they work so well together. But conventions, anything that's like cult-like, fan clubs, like you would be surprised at money that you can make with conventions. But did I write vlogs in the chat? I don't know why that happens. Anything tech, absolutely. Anything tech. Right? This is the Geek Squad. Repair. And products for these things. Architect. Absolutely. Medical innovation. Anything futuristic. Anything futuristic. But also think about the groups associated with this. So this is like culture of futuristic themes, and also like superheroes and comic books, video games. But also, absolutely, publicist, I feel like is definitely Sagittarius. But branding, absolutely. Branding, absolutely. And I was thinking, what does branding make me think of? Niches. And also, I was going to say anything with geography. This is a very philanthropic place. So this does have like a freelancer, like somebody who is like trying to gather together to, like you deal with donations, you deal with, oh gosh, how do I say this? You know, raising money. It's weird, but you're in the business of raising money. And so you're also campaigning. Angel donors. This position in the second house, if you are like truly at the top of your, you know, at the top of the financial hierarchies, you could be an investor, angel donor. It could be that simple. Like your money is just making money. Scorpio could also be that. Raising money as producers too. Yeah. Producers. Yep. Producers in the production house. Making products. Okay. So making sure I think I got everyone here. Sagittarius. Sagittarius? No, that's not Sag. Someone, oh yeah. Rin is Sag, I believe. And Leo. Sag and Leo. Jumiki is Sag too. Scorpio. Okay. And Aquarius. Oh, we did Aquarius. So awesome. Awesome. All right, so let's get into, my light is getting dark in here. Let me just, I didn't realize how dark I looked. There we go. That's better. Okay, raising money is producers to TV financial producers. Yep, TV, film and networking networks. Yeah, I got it. Networks, TV networks, TV film producers. Absolutely, absolutely. Such a unique, anything tech too. So like, I'm gonna show you. Let me just show you guys right now. There are unique. You're gonna need a supplier of some products. If you need a supplier, right? AliExpress is a place that I go to do various things. I have an eBay store. So I have Oracle cards on there. I have fashion. As you can see, I have a lot of fashion on my home page, but I've been selling these like little hairstyle products. So you need a supply. If you need a supplier, you might need something like AliExpress. That's a Chinese supplier. So I'm not sure how you feel about that, but suppliers are also here. Like Aquarius is a network in the system, so it's a supplier. Okay. So AliExpress is is a supplier, which would be for Aquarius, but also consider AliExpress as a supplier. So, for example, I have Scorpio in my second house cusp. I do mainly making my own oracles and selling them, or picking up oracles from AliExpress. So that's an example where I go to a supplier. But Aquarius is actually a supplier. So Aquarius could be somebody who has a lot of these things, and they're like the systematic thing, you know, of supplying to other people. That's how extensive Aquarius, because it's in networks. Okay, all right. So let's do Sag. We have Capricorn. There's no Capricorns in the building for the second house. Now, Sag is easily a teaching or coach, also a publicist. Yep. And Sag is, like I said, with Aquarius, sometimes they double on, like a vlogger or a traveler, because they're an explorer. And if you have like a vlogger that's like this type, that's Sag. Is that? No, yeah, I think it is 2 Gs. Yeah. You could also sell travel products, right? So you could be like someone who, for example, you go to AliExpress and you pick up some luggage and you put it on eBay, or you have your own little luggage store. You could be a tourist, like a tourism or a tourist, guide, like somebody who guides people around or is an advisor as such. Yeah. I'm thinking of your products. You like this one?
I'm over here. I am over here dying, screaming because of all of the stuff that I'm like really like pushing towards now.
Yes.
I'm over here dying, Karina. Oh my God.
Yes, I love it. And also color it in, color it in the sense that, you could vlog, you could be a fashion vlogger traveling to see fashion. You could explore whatever the explore topics are.
And my problem is I keep trying to hide from the light. Even followers, they see how I'll post things, I'll do it, but it's my sun in Pisces, and you know what it is. Like,
Yes.
yeah, but I'm coming out.
I'm
We're gonna get it
coming
together
out.
this year. Because Pluto is not playing with me.
Yeah. That's good. Yes. Oh, an orator. Someone like who gives long speeches. This is like on like the History Channel.
Okay. Always been loquacious too. Always been loquacious. A good communicator, all that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are skills and talents that are your blueprint in your products. And you can apply this to anything. So you could twist anything into this. You could just add a hint of it even. It doesn't have to be the core thing, but you could just you could use it. It's a tool. It's so awesome. Yeah. So Sagittarius has an exoticism to it. So it's really about, yes, absolutely. Pilot, anything that has to do with that, like I'm going somewhere. So I was about to say like vacation travel, retreats. Honestly, Pisces can also be vacation travel. So Yeah, if you have a Pisces combo with your Sagittarius second house, traveling vacation might be a big thing that you can use and might be really hinting for that. Yes, pilots. Absolutely. Isn't this fun? It's so cool. Traveler.
I can't stop giggling over here to you typing.
You see how much fun the science is too? It's just so much fun. Anything that has to do with that, delivering the light. It can also be a part of, it's a business, the preaching business, the church business, I guess. Sorry for being so informal because I'm not quite sure. Ministry, I think that's it. Ministry, that's it. Yes, public speakers. Come on, guys. Let the church say amen. It just feels motivational speakers. That's it. Yes, yes, communications director. Come on now. Y'all helping me write these worksheets. They're gonna be even better. I'm gonna have to like get on top of my game, go look at even more individual products and ideas and put them in the worksheets because like it will be an index. It will be so cool. And if you have this, like you can never go, I'm a Taurus. You can never go broke. Okay, I don't know if anyone got that. All right, so that's sad. Yes.
So I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So with me is there, like me just like randomly getting on lives or just randomly posting videos would probably work for me. Like not randomly, just like me posting certain things where it might be like a minute and I'm just talking about things that I feel is important in that moment, which I've done it before. I just didn't, me,
Mm-hmm.
not consistent. So,
Yeah, I
all right.
definitely think so. Instinctual, flash of insight.
Yes, yes. Because I'm in the moment. Usually I'm in the moment when I get on and record myself, and then I'll just create something that looks more futuristic when I post it. My voice will just be on it, but I'll put some stuff that kind of grabs the person's eyes before I'll put my face on it all the time. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
We have a lot of potential in the second house than we could ever imagine. I'm just thinking about when you mix your planets in, it takes it to another level. It's just like, okay, let me get on to Virgo. Okay, so Virgo is so much fun and easy. Virgo products on, let's go to AliExpress so I could show you. I wish I could say Virgo products, it would show up, but that would be so cool. I don't know why I think that's cool, but organizers. So Virgo would be these closet organizers, bathroom organizers. Like this is like if like the Container Store is perfect for like Virgo in the second or sixth or 10th house. And this all that would be, also like, well, no, I won't say that. So yeah, all of these types of organizers, organizer products, home, office, of course, closets, cleaning products, health and wellness. So this also is juicing. That sounds like with Aries, it is juicing because it's health, but I feel like Virgo could also be that juicing, but also like the juicers. So like the actual, you could be a person who sells juicers, cleaning products, or the actual ingredients to recipes. That would also be in Cancer, but for health recipes. Oh, okay, bye, Tiffany. We'll have the recording. Sorry, I missed that. Oh, she just left. Okay. Yes, and you could also be like somebody who is a part of the cleaning industry. You can run your own cleaning industry. Yes, yes, you beat me to it. Editor, proofreading. Yep, that's it. I think we got everybody. Oh, Leo. Is Amanda in? Amanda is here. Perfect. Okay, so Aquarius. This is where you have pet suppliers and pets, small ones. Gosh. Would breeding be here? Budget manager, yes. And like the sixth house is accounting, an accountant, but also supplies for that, right? So this is where you can also get the calendars, like your weekly planners. You could be a supplier of those things. Did I say the Container Store is like such a Virgo business?
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, the Container Store. Yeah, you think breeding? I think so too. That's Virgo. Oh, also nursing. Nurse supplies, uniforms. Actually, uniforms in general. And all kinds of uniforms. Cheerleading, sports, nurse uniforms. Anything where people have to look, almost, kind of as one in order. Yep, fun. Okay, so we did what was it? Leo. Leo's going to be the last one, and then we're going to move on to the finale of this, which talks about your sixth house and 10th house a little bit. It helps you to understand the full system. Remember, the full system is the second house of production, which is what today is, and understanding what your seeds are. The sixth house is farming. Oh, this is the simple formula. Products, clerical or accountability, accounting, And then 10th house of agriculture. That's the one though. That's the one. Project managers. Yeah, for Virgo, right? Absolutely. That's it. Come on now. Yep. Project managers. Conductors. Yep. Oops. Yeah. Coordinators. Any sort of coordinator. Any sort of coordinator. Come on now. Any sort of coordinator. Okay, so Leo. Now, Leo is very interesting. It can actually cover a lot here. Now, remember when Libra, we talked about matchmakers. Leo actually also could be a matchmaker. It's connected to where Libra is matchmaking for like serious business, you know what I'm saying? Almost like, like the like people who set up marriages. Leo is like the dating game and the dating scene. And it too could be connected to, very similar to Scorpio, Pisces for different reasons, any sort of like flirty fashion and materials. It also can be makeup. It can be so many things because of what Leo represents. Okay, so now the basics of Leo has to do with getting attention towards yourself and or emanating warmth out of yourself, right? It's classically an actor, comedian, it's somebody who can draw attention towards themselves. But it's also in the film industry, right? So it can also be connected to production and producers. Videographer, or the person who is the actor in front of the video, right? It can be in film scripts, role playing, acting. Okay, Leo is also part of children, so it could be an entertainer of children. This is what really celebrity is. Celebrities are entertainers of play and also drama and stuff like that. Absolutely, publicity would also be here. Public speakers, I feel like we really got that one with Sagittarius. But I like it here too, because it's presentational. It just might have a little bit of a different nuance. I wish I knew what I would call that. I have to look up what I have with Leo. But there's so much. So it also can be matchmaker. It can be makeup as well, because it's connected to costuming. So it could be like the real makeup, like the drama. Presentational. Yeah. Matchmaker, matchmaking, and anything with dating. And looking at Aquarius, it could be dating apps too. So Leo has a lot of layers to it. Okay, so we've covered everyone's cusp that's in the workshop. And I want to just say thank you for sharing your information, letting me be able to share this with the people who'll be taking this workshop. And also your ideas are just spot on, and thank you for that, because I'll be using every single one of them and adding them to the worksheets. Okay. But yeah, so this is your second house of production. And not just limited to this, think of these as themes and metaphors, icing, like it doesn't have to just be the core thing that we have on these lists. It can be the coloring of things as well, right? Like you could be in a music industry, you could be a music artist, you could be Sagittarian-like, in which you're like an explorer music artist, or you could be Scorpio-like, and you could be more darker and have more dark tones, right? So allow yourself to see it as what it is, but also see it as a coloring and see what fits. Okay, let's move into the sixth house. Sixth house is your work life and accounting. So once you've picked out your products, you need to now have a store or a platform. Where it is that you're going to set it up. That's what your sixth house is. And using your sixth house will allow you to organize your product into a systematic way of being sold. Also, you're considering in the sixth house your margins and your profits. Remember, the sixth house is where you're harvesting and knowing the time for harvest and crops. So your sixth house is how you get your products out into a system where people can have them. It's your scheduling if you're, doing one-on-one services. It's your appointments. It's the space that you're doing in it. Where would you be doing this? What is your setup? That's your sixth house. So this is a second house workshop. We're not going to go deeply into the sixth house, but this is the next step. And like I said, as you can see, you don't necessarily need the astrology for this, but the astrology will help color it and paint more of your picture and add to it as a tool. Now, the 10th house one is the one that is my favorite. It's the one that has really helped me to see how the whole system comes together. And when you're thinking between your product and your sixth house, you might be like, all right, yeah, so I got a product. And yeah, I have a sixth house, like I have a place where it's going to be. But how are people going to want it and like get it and really buy it and know about it? And so it might make you think, oh, now I got to do marketing. I've got to go do third house stuff and stuff like that. Not quite yet. The thing that actually ties it all together and sets you up for success is the 10th house. And it's why the 10th house and Capricorn themes are connected to the GOAT and the greatest, because they have a whole understanding of the angle of what they have to pull. And it's so simple. The 10th house is agriculture. It is agriculture. And the 10th house is connected to, sometimes it's connected to demographics, but in this one, I'm being more rebellious. And I'm saying that demographics aren't as important as meeting the people at where they are. Therefore, you are looking for your agriculture. Now, you might think, oh, like, demographics wise, I need to find, Black women. But no, because as an astrologer, it's not going to be all Black women that like astrology. So what I actually need to do is to find people who like astrology, meeting people at where they are, also where you are, what I'm selling. So I'm seeing myself as selling an astrology product, meeting people at where they are and where you are. That's agriculture. So that was my example of thinking, oh, like people use like, what's your ethnicity? What's your age? Like we're pinpointing this to, young people who are the age from 13 to 15. That's typically how they do it, right? Because it's the livestock of it all, the art and science of the livestock of it all. And that really is what the 10th house is. It's the demographics. But I want to be more human. So it's your agree culture, meaning it's meeting people at where they are and where you are. Because this transcends demographics at certain levels. There's certain things that people who are young, who are old, and everything in between, but they're at a specific place in their life that they may be interested in the type of astrology that I'm doing. So people who like astrology, who also like manifestation, and who want to manifest with their astrology, that's a very specific type of person. That's my agree culture for this workshop and for the astrology that I do. So when you're using a product, you're taking that product and you're seeing what agree culture it fits into. And so this is the idea that it's not for everyone. It's for a very specific group of people at where they are in life, of what they believe, of their turning points in life, what they need at these turning points. For example, if you sell college furniture, you are definitely targeting people who are dealing with college situations where they have to buy college furniture, which could be the students or the parents. And they're at a pivotal point where the student is moving in and they don't have furniture. It's really that simple. And meeting people at that agree culture is the key. Another personal example that I'll share with you guys is my music life. So I use this stuff to help me with my own manifestation. And for a long time, I have been in this place where I'm not really sure how to market myself and pitch my music. This is where this whole thing came from, an understanding agree culture. I realized that I wanted to start over and find an agree culture. So I met myself at where I was and realized that I have a phase of me where I'm at in life that I want to be fit, and I'm working on my fitness. So what if I used my music to help people transform into fitness? It would be meeting me at where I am and finding the people who are where I am or where they are at. And maybe they need music that will help motivate them or help make them be more persistent and disciplined. It's from this process and finding the product music, that which is what I want to do, a product that I want to sell, and finding my agree culture, which are people who are at a space where they need consistency and inspiration, and they like listening to music to help them do it, that I found an agree culture. And thus I went and started planning. So I also want to show you that as an example, but I say here, you can work forwards or backwards, and I would say in between. Because what I did was find my second house, my agree culture, and now the planning and the clerical work begins. So, I'm a moon in Gemini, I go all over the place. If you want the order, you could do it that way, but there's always squeeze to flow as you see it. But of course, you have a product first, and then you find either your organization or your agree culture. And in understanding this, marketing and everything else seems to make sense and seems to fall into place. No longer do I have to guess the game because I have this formula that I'm now going to start using. So this is my personal story and how I came to, realize this and discover it really, because it's really there already, but realize it. And this is where I'm at. So this is how I hope you guys will see it as well. You can take actual products, like I said, I sell Oracle decks, or you can do a service. Look at the second house from this workshop to help stimulate your imagination on all the possible ways that you can plant seeds in your second house, okay? And of course, the next step would be the sixth house and then the 10th house of your agree culture. So thank you guys so much for joining the second house workshop. If anyone has any questions, now is a great time. Or any
Thank you.
comments.
Thank you. This is hilarious. I mean, it's spot on. It's awesome. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you guys. This was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I was so excited that so many people, this is like my biggest workshop. So I'm really starting to understand what people need. And I hope that you guys will be ready for the 6th house workshop, which will come in a few weeks. Okay. All right, y'all. So I will see you on the internets, and you'll be getting a recording and worksheets followed up. Give me a couple of days to put it all together. Okay. Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Peace.